We got some new stuff coming up in March. Of course, as predicted, we do have a seasonal and some new things that we definitely want to address here. Not going to go over the whole freaking headline, of course, as I usually don't. However, I do want to touch on a few things that are notable and that I really want to just kind of put some eyes on. But first, be sure to like and subscribe. Helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. So we have an assortment of updates that are coming up during the month of March. Of course, y'all are very much well aware of Hero leaving the NGS headline. He's got some different roles now. But that's neither here nor there. We have a video for that. But the first thing we kind of want to address here is, of course, the seasonal. So we figured that this was coming. So this is going to be an opportunity to get spring scratch tickets, which of course is going to have plenty of goodies in it. This is also going to be an opportunity to really just kind of dive in and get some extra goodies, extra items, extra augments, all the above. Of course, you want to clear that seasonal shop because the seasonal shop always has great things in it, whether that's in master cubes, whether that's tickets, whether that's augments, whether that's whatever you want from it. So whether that's camos, accessories, so. But you do definitely want to dive into that. When the seasonals are going on, it's always a good time, period. It's always a good time because it gives a lot of something to do. Which lets us dive right into Relay Quests. Relay Quest is a really cool new thing that they're introducing, and I'm really excited for this because Relay Quest is pretty much just going to change every 2 days. So all these different types of quests, as you can see here, these different types of quests that are being ran, and it's going to change every 2 days into something completely different. So there's going to be an assortment. You're going to get rewards from these. These are going to be great incentives to get on. They're going to give lots of experience points as well. So this is going to be great because it allows us to cycle out every 2 days. Definitely very enjoyable and adds for a mechanic that allows something different to occur instead of like, LTQs that happen that change every 2 weeks or whatever. Sometimes I have an LTQ and it might switch up, a week after or 2 weeks after. So they have these relay quests. I don't know if these relay quests are permanent because they said that you can get seasonal points in these. So I don't know if these are like permanent, but either way, they'll be lasting for the duration of the seasonal. So they'll be here all month, either way, because we're getting some of them at the start, and then we're getting another wave of them that comes towards the end. So either way, they'll be here the whole month. But I don't know if these are permanent features, which probably would be good if they are. However, I can see how it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if they were, because unless they had like 100 of them lined up. 100 different types of quests that get cycled lined up, which I'm sure they don't. That's not reasonable. So I'm pretty sure they only have like 7 or something like that. So obviously that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for it to be permanent, I guess, in that regard. But the concept of it should be permanent. But I don't know if it will be permanent right now. But at any rate, relay quests are very exciting, a very exciting option that we're looking forward to. Most definitely. It's definitely something that's great in addition-wise to the game to give something to do. And at least it resets every 2 days. And these are very unique quests as well. It's not just like simple, just go and kill some stuff. Some of them have you running around Aleo City. Some of them have you running around Aleo City and throwing stuff at like targets. So it's very unique stuff, and that's good. I think that's good for the switch up. It's always not all the same. Some of them have you on a board, like the hoverboard. So they're all different. So I think that's very neat and that's very good to add to this uniqueness to the Relay Quest gameplay. There's also some extra additions that we have later on in the month that I'll address here in a second. Some other notable mentions that I wanted to address here is also these things such as the Magic Assault S. So this is putting the AC scratch counts, this AC scratch count bonus. I thought this is pretty funny because obviously this is a great incentive for Wells to get this because it's the S version of Magic Assault, which means that it's perfect for our Abendak users. Makes it much easier for Abendak users to perform and to be strong. So I thought that this was pretty funny that they put this behind this AC scratch, which also makes me move on to the Divine Darkness scratch. This looks pretty neat. I like this Divine Darkness scratch. I think the outfits on this are pretty cool. Lots of elegant outfits on this as well, as you can see. Very nice, elegant outfits, as you can see. I think this is something that you can look forward to in terms of cosmetics, in terms of fashion. It's definitely something you can look forward to. There's also a voice scratch that is coming as well. That will introduce a bunch of different voices that you can also get through that scratch. And then we have the Halpha Testing Zone LTQ. This is an LTQ that we have seen, similarly before, whereas you are in the Halpha region, you pretty much have to clear a series of quests, series of trials in order to reach the last trial, and your reward is based on how many trials that you clear. So you definitely need to be participating in this. They've changed some things around. They said they loosened the lasers that are in that quest. There's like lasers like Mission Impossible. The lasers that are in that quest in one area. And if you clear it without touching anything, then you can get a enhancement boost. So I think that that's fair because I'm pretty sure maybe I did that thing once, or like I can count on probably two hands how many times I did the LTQ with pugs and they did not hit the laser. So it's it was very common for the laser to be getting hit, that's for sure. And so I think that's probably good that they relax that a little bit at least and kind of give you a reward. And if you don't hit a laser, you get enhancements. But then what I really want to kind of jump to is in April, we are getting a Leciel revamp. Like not just kind of like, a level increase like we have normally gotten with Leciel, but we're getting a Leciel revamp. So in here, this is, and y'all know Leciel's like my favorite content in the game. So this is very exciting. Hopefully the rewards will be, reason to keep doing it. Instead of, because Leciel recently here has been relevant, but you get the amounts that you need for the armor so quickly. The 150 you need for the armor for all three armors. And then it's like, okay, well, no reason to be in there. So hopefully there is something that is in here this time. Doesn't even have to be anything crazy, but just something that just gives reason to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I want to keep doing Leciel, and I would, keep doing Leciel right now, but like really there's like no real justification to keep doing Leciel when once you finish your armors. There's not a whole lot of reason to. Like the drops in there, they're still dropping overs and stuff like that. A lot of stuff that is not really useful. So that's kind of the issue there. So hopefully when they revamp this, they address that as well. But the revamps allow you to choose an ability, like your player ability buff. Whether that's like Photon Blast, increase charge time, speed attack, so attack quicker. You can choose stuff like that. So you can choose your own buff. And so there's going to be more information in this in April in the new headline with Yui Hasegawa. And we're going to get some more information on that. So, but we're looking forward to this. They gave a little sneak peek here. So this is something I'm very much looking forward to because we all know I do love Leciel exploration. And as you can see here, things have been changed around drastically. You can see that some of the map has changed. You can also see that the Masquerader boss is in this now as well. So there's a handful of things that are significantly altered in here. It's not just your typical level increase up and some extra drops to it. They actually revamped it. So this actually legitimate in how they were advertising it as kind of, as a legit like revamp. So that's good. Then we want to jump over here. I want to point out some notable stuff here from a satellite information from, when they get the requests and whatnot, the inquiries. Yeah, I thought this one was pretty good. The M.A.R.S Balancing one. So this person asked about the M.A.R.S pretty much being weaker than people who are not using M.A.R.S. Now, understand that their response was pretty much, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. M.A.R.S was always supposed to be like that. M.A.R.S was always supposed to be, strong, but it's not supposed to take away from the, the core element of gameplay that is within the game. So someone who has invested time into gearing the character and whatnot is going to, definitely always outperform the M.A.R.S. Now, in certain situations, that M.A.R.S termination, the big blast, the 10-second big blast, is pretty much always going to be the best option, such as like on downs and certain bosses. During downs, yes, but during your normal gameplay, M.A.R.S was never really necessarily intended to outperform your top geared people, and it shouldn't be like that in the first place. And so their response was pretty much like, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. We have no intention of changing that. We'll keep an eye on it to make sure it's all balanced, but it's supposed to work like that. So do understand that. If you're trying to cop out with just using the M.A.R.S, no, it's not supposed to be like that. Because there'd be no reason to gear up if the M.A.R.S was that incredibly stronger across the board, right? And then the people are already lazy in this game, let's be honest. So that would just give them another reason to just be even more lazier, even more lazy. So that understanding that that's how the M.A.R.S has always been intended to operate. Another note here that I want to address here, and pretty much the last thing I want to address here, was the reducing items necessary for to activate region mag buffs. So they spoke on this as well, because I think this is a valid point, because it does kind of take some time, especially I can only imagine on lesser populated ships. This probably is very annoying to not have the region mag buffs active because it takes so much items to get those points up to get that boost. So they're discussing, they're figuring out how to reduce the items needed to feed the mag to get it to max level, which I think that this is a appropriate thing to do as the game continues on. And I think that it's definitely a necessary thing to do as well to kind of lax this a little bit. So these are kind of the things I want to address with this. The big things being the relay quests, most definitely, and the Leciel revamp. Those are pretty significant ones I really want to kind of highlight here. Put a little other stuff dribbled in. But we have the Leciel revamp coming in April, so we will get that with a new NGS headline wave MC, Yu Hasegawa, which we're looking forward to. And we're definitely looking forward to this whole month of seasonals that we have going on. We have the seasonal event going on, so we will get the shop as well. And that shop will eventually reset in mid-month. So you will get more access to tickets. So you will get access to all these things within the seasonal shop. So be sure to be taking advantage of these, getting your seasonal points, doing these relay quests, have fun with it, and clear out the shop. I always love clearing out the shop because you get all these materials, all these mats that you never know if you might need them or not. So there's no reason not to have them because they're seasonal points. They're easy to get. They're free. So there's no reason not to have them. And then if you do need them later on, then you have them just sitting there ready to go. And then you end up like me with being able to make just a whole bunch of random weapons for no reason. And they're all max og and max fixed because you just have materials sitting around because you just do stuff like that. You take advantage of these situations. So anyway, be sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think. Let me know what you think about the revamp, the relay quest, anything that kind of pertains to all these things that we discussed here. So let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Holla.
Spike2 content.